want you to know that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Invisible Song Club. My name is Mark Davis Stard, and this lovely lady beside me is Angela R. Campbell. How are you, Angela?
I'm just great today, Mark. How are you?
I am doing well. And I don't want to say this out loud. I might be jinxing things, but things were going well up till now. So let's hope it keeps going.
Up until now?
Well, yes. Well, on yesterday's The Invisible Man show, we had people turning up late with the audio on the guest side completely crapped out. And then my computer froze about 2 minutes before we went live. So it's a special thing when we get this far without any problems.
Well, so far, the Invisible Song Club has not had a lot of issues. I think we've been doing very well so far. I think it's because you're working with Angela R. Campbell, and I'm just a good luck charm.
Quite possibly, but although you did say it out loud. So that
you're
that's
so
good.
Superstitious.
Hey, so Shalem says the sound is good, which is great. We didn't have to ask, so thank you very much,
Hey,
Shalem.
Shalem, hello.
And Brent Hool is with us, and so is Kamal Ben Saleh. Hi everyone. So that's great. So thank you for joining us. Whether you're watching this live or watching this later in the day or later in the week. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Obviously, the more people we get into the Song Club, the more fun we can have and the more conversations and so on and so forth. That would be great. And if you like what we're doing here, there's lots more information on the Invisible Man Show Facebook page and, of course, the Oh Just Eat It Facebook page as well. And you can find links to everything that both Angela and I are involved in at our respective websites. OhJustEatIt.ca for Angela and theinvisibleman.ca for me and for all the Invisible Man related stuff. So this is Song Club. So Angela, what is Song Club all about?
Well, the Invisible Song Club is very much like a book club. And instead of reviewing books, we are reviewing songs. I tend to choose songs that are Canadian indie because that tends to be where my interest lies. Mark will pick songs from all over the world. He likes to expand his horizons. And we invite all of you to also pick songs. We have one of our members who has offered us quite a few songs to take a look at, and we will be picking one of those very soon, maybe even next week, to review. And so that should be fun. And then, the podcast, as Mark said, is created by Mark Davis Ballard. Over there.
Got to get it right.
And Angela R. Campbell. Mark is with the Invisible Man Show, and Angela Campbell is with OhJustEatIt.ca. And we're here to host this club, but really the club is about all of you. And we need your comments and we need your input. Tell us what you think about the music that we review every week. And tell us what you think about us too. But, be nice. If you're on YouTube, please press the like thumbs up and the subscribe button. And that's about it. That's the club.
For sure. And if for any reason you have missed the song, we've posted several times during the week which songs we're doing on Facebook. You can just check up in the description for the live stream or for the video. And if you look down on YouTube, you'll find the information there. So if you haven't listened to them now, wait till after the show and then you can watch it. Then you can always post your comments later and we will respond to them there as well. So if you do post comments any other time, we will do our best to answer them. So there we go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, let's push on then. It's my turn for my selection to go first. We don't really have a plan. We always ask each other, which one are we going to do first? And it's like, whatever, I'll just jump in and I'll go first. So my pick is a song called Don't by Webb. It's there is a little bit behind the song, but I think as usual I like to I'm actually going to usually I wait till the end, but I'm actually going to go through my comments, and I'm actually going to talk about what the background of the song is for a change, because it's actually the song was actually raising money for a particular cause as well. So let's go then. So earlier today, when I decided to sit down and just write down my thoughts, I realized I didn't have the lyrics, so I contacted Sonia, who is Ryan's wife, and asked her could she send me the lyrics. And I was actually quite pleased at what I saw, not for anything other than there were two sections. There was bridge/chorus listed, and then a single line, and then there was a chorus as a separate block. And as an illustration, this is something that for me just illustrates, and I thought it would illustrate for you as well, that songwriting is a fairly fluid thing. There are structures, but even as songwriters, we don't know the difference between a bridge and a chorus sometimes, or a middle eight, or we've got an extra piece of music that we've kind of put in. What do we call it? How do we refer to it? So it's kind of nice to see that such seasoned prosers as they have the same issue that I do. And it's only after the event that we can go back and then categorize each of those pieces and analyze them. And for most people who are writing, we're not thinking of theory when we're writing. It's all about the emotion, what feels right. And that goes for lyricists as well as for tunesmiths as well. So much of my comments are going to be analyzing why it works, not necessarily how it was built. Now, it's really hard to take the current context of Don't out of context. They are clearly about someone struggling in one way or another. And there are phrases in the lyrics. It's not our time. Sorry, it's not your time. Don't you shut the world out. They need you still. It's not your fault. Now, there are some dark underpinnings in that of obviously someone fighting depression and possible suicide. So a little bit dark. And so but the short, punchy lyrics, particularly the way Ryan kind of belts them out, also drives home the urgency and the emotion behind all of this. But it's actually, surprisingly though, it's not a depressing song. When you hear it, particularly if you're not listening to the lyrics, you think, wow, this is actually a really great tune. It, you feel yourself moving to the music and just enjoying the melody in there. But it just so happens that there is a lot more to it. And that all the proceeds for Don't originally, and still are, I believe, are going to All Call Signs. That's allcallsigns.org, which is an organization set up to help veterans get help with mental health issues as they need it, and to draw some more attention to that as well. Now, the song starts with a quick fade in of the lead guitar, and it kind of builds up the rhythm, and the bass and drums kind of coming in fairly quickly. It does have a hammering beat, which is in time with the vocals, that gives a hard staccato rhythm, and it's like a little. Maybe kind of think of short bursts of automatic gunfire, but I don't know if I would have made that connection without knowing what was behind all this. But that's what came to mind, and I think it's the chorus actually has a very wonderful kind of eerie howling sound. It kind of almost make the hairs on the back of the neck stand up. So a great job from Ryan getting that difference between the rather not frantic, but harsh, almost screaming, particularly screaming "Don't" at the beginning of pretty much every line, and then coming in and just backing up and just singing just so beautifully that chorus. So it is a driving song, and it actually kind of picks up towards the end and builds in energy. And if it were possible, because the song's already going full speed, it actually builds up to a smashing crescendo at the end, and ends at a very satisfying hard stop. Sometimes that works really, really well, and it really worked well this time. And just in summary, I'd say it's definitely one of, surprisingly for me, because I don't usually listen to this genre, but it's definitely one of the best songs from my side. Certainly one of my favorites for 2020.
Okay. Are you going to play the clip before I speak?
I forgot to do that. Yes. There we go. Let's hear it.
Okay.
you go. Pull that back. There we go.
Want you to
Excuse me. Oh, pick something quick. There we go. You know, I'm just going to go home.
Well, you did say it was one of your favorite songs, and
There you go.
opportunity to listen to
Okay, we'll
it
edit that out.
again.
We'll edit that out in post. Boy.
So thank you for introducing me to Ryan Webb. I had never heard of him before. He's a UK artist, and I listened. The song "Don't" is my first introduction to Ryan Webb, and the thing that I mean, you've already described the song very clearly and in detail. One of the things that really got me with Ryan Webb is that he has an excellent voice. He's got some air in his lungs, that boy. And he also had some really cool guitar riffs. And there's a lot of, you know, I lean towards the percussion in a song. I really like to hear that it's percussive. And there's a lot of percussion in the song, which does give it that energy that you were talking about, you know, really explaining the emotion behind all of it. I love that the song is supporting veterans. That's really cool. And I'm all for supporting veterans. That's a really cool thing. I had no idea, so thanks for letting me know about that. But the song itself has made me want to go and listen to other Ryan Webb songs. It's a really good first introduction to the guy and hearing his music. So thanks for that, Mark. And hopefully some of the people in the club and in the audience are also going to check it out after hearing that song.
Sure.
Yeah, good work. Good work, Ryan Webb.
Well, Sonia has posted, actually, Sonia Webb. Thank you so much for your kind words. I wouldn't say if it weren't true.
Okay.
Okay. That's, yeah, I don't have any other comments so far.
All right.
Okay. You want to move on to the next song, or do you want?
Yeah, if we could play the clip from the next song. Then we
Yeah,
can
right. Yes. I was waiting for you to remind me. Here we go.
Okay.
Put on your best suit, pick out your tie, cover up the hooves, a devil in disguise. Jump in your fancy car, women are plaything. Everyone's inferior, all hail the king. Like Finian from the old land, or business camouflage, hanging with your...
There we go. No mistakes this time.
Okay. Did that play okay? I only heard half of it on my side. Did the
I-
audience hear that okay?
Yeah, it was only played 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't hear the whole thing. when it was
They
up on
should
the-
have. I guess we'll get some comments if they
Okay.
didn't.
Might just be on my end.
Okay.
All right, so Annihilator, I'll tell you a little bit about the band, first of all, and I'm cheating because I'm looking at Wikipedia. The band's been around since 1984, so honestly, there's too much for me to tell you about them. They have been around a long time. They've put out about 17 different albums. They're a Canadian indie band, and they blow the world away in terms of just, you know, keeping it up and keeping the content going. And yeah, I can't talk enough about them, so I'll just read what it says in Wikipedia. They're a Canadian thrash metal band founded in 1984 by guitarist Jeff Waters. Jeff Waters is the only original member left in the band. The band, you know, keeps rebuilding itself. And vocalist John Bates. They are the highest selling Canadian thrash metal group in history, having history of Canada, I think that means. I don't think it's in history overall, but we'll see, maybe. Having sold more than 3 million albums worldwide, although most of their sales have been generated outside the band's home country, along with Sacrifice, Voivod, and Razor. Annihilator is credited as one of the big four of Canadian thrash metal. So they're a big deal here in Canada. So the song that I picked for this week is called Dressed Up for Evil. And I've been listening to Annihilator for years. I think they're great. If you like metal music, if you like thrash, if you like, you know, the heavy hitting stuff, I tend to put it on when I'm doing my housework. It gives me some energy. I know that sounds boring, but that's what I do, or when I'm exercising sometimes. So if you like that kind of music, they have a lot to offer. Like I said, there's about 17 albums, might even be 18 by now. It's hard to keep up with them. And this particular song, Dressed Up for Evil, I found funny. So Annihilator, if there's a problem to talk about, Annihilator's lyrics are about some problem that they need to discuss. It could even be kind of viewed as negative, their lyrics, because it's always about a problem. So there's some conflict going on, and that's what their music is about. But, you know, that goes with thrash and heavy metal. But in this particular song, Dressed Up for Evil, it's, you know, very in tune with the times. They're talking about the, you know, corruption based on money. So people who are chasing the big old dollar and what tricks they might have up their sleeve to get the dollar and how many people they'll step on their way up. And so, you know, without like going through the lyrics and talking about them specifically, that's generally the gist of it. And I just found it funny. I don't know, maybe it's just my humor, but I found the song hilarious. And so I don't think it's a really good introduction to the band Annihilator. They actually have some better songs. This song is not that complicated. It's thrash and it's in your face. And, you know, it's more about the lyrics and the fun that the band is having with that. So I did have something to say about, I mean, Jeff's a good writer. Like he's an interesting writer. One of the things that I wanted to mention was that if you really want to enjoy Annihilator, you really have to listen to their albums. You have to listen to the album from beginning to end, because Jeff is one of those writers who really, he tells a story throughout the album, and, you know, picks up on a mood throughout the album. And if you really want to enjoy it, that's the way to listen to it. So I really suggest that you take, you know, your first introduction from this song, if you've never heard of the band, and get into the album that this song belongs to. That's really the way to listen to it. All right, Mark, your turn.
Okay, great. Thank you. Right, well, of course, this is one of those genres that isn't everybody's cup of tea. And it's not, and I'm speaking as one of those people that haven't really given too much time to this genre. And yeah, so it's therefore it was kind of hard to actually even sometimes tell these kinds of songs apart. So this song is not going to be for everybody. But having said that, the first time I listened to it, I actually watched along with the lyric video, and I laughed quite loudly. Now, it's not clear what the lyrics of the song are about, or who it's about specifically, but Angela did mention a certain US president. And once that was in there, then it was obvious, then it was comical all the way through. And now, to be honest, that could be really about pretty much pick any of probably a couple of dozen or more Western politicians or Western leaders, and it'll probably fit. It'll probably fit. Now the lyrics kind of set up the scene quite nicely, and it starts off with put on your best suit, pick out your tie, cover up the hooves, the devil in disguise, and it kind of goes on in that vein. Definitely watch the video that we've posted, and you can see it all. It's really quite amusing. Now, and I think what was kind of fitting is that this kind of music, certainly in my youth, I always heard, "Oh, this is the devil of Satan." And so it was kind of fitting that the frequent mention of evil in the song kind of fitted in there as well. And I was really actually amused by the reference of Damien from The Omen, which probably shows the age of the band, I suspect. But I'm not sure which of the Damiens they were referring to, but I'm in my mind it's that lovely Sam Neill. He was the best one. So the song actually starts at 100 miles an hour, just bang, bang, full blast. Guitar, drums, bass. They're just giving it the whole time. Now, with the squeal of the guitar, it kind of provides, I say, well-placed announcement that the first verse is going to start. And there are lots of these kind of punctuations throughout the song, which I might not have picked up on a cursory listening. But the energy backs off briefly, and then before leading into the chorus, where it continues that frantic pace. And there's little doubts at the structure of the song. We know exactly where each piece starts and each piece ends. So it's been very well structured, and actually provides that frame around that high energy song that without those breaks, without those signals that something is about to change, it could get very tiring very quickly. But I found with the multiple listenings that I usually do to a song, it actually helps keep the song quite fresh. Now, I was pleasantly surprised at the variety of the musical skills displayed in it. So go back, if you haven't listened to the song for more than once, go listen to it again. There's about 2/3 of the way through, particularly the little short jazzy jazz bass solo. It's only a few bars, which then goes into a completely different rhythm on the guitar break, and then it's a guitar solo followed immediately that seems to be a different style. And then from then on, there seems to be multiple different little pieces in there that are different styles or different genres, but little pieces of music showing that their skill in there. And that I had to go back and listen to that last section, the last third, again and again. It's like they're so incredibly well done. And it's hard to be specific of what those pieces are, but go back and listen to it. It is so full. Anyway, and so it was obviously just a lot of thoughts by the producer and the writers and the performers in putting this recording together. It's a lot more than three guys just hammering out a tune. This is a very well thought out piece of art. Anyway, there you go, my thoughts.
I'm glad you liked it, Mark. That's great.
Yeah.
And actually, you described in more detail what I was trying to say that I didn't say very well. But stylistically, the band is varied. The band does a lot of they do pick up on different genres of music, and they are very talented. And even the way that their albums have progressed from the first album to the more recent album. It's very interesting to listen to it stylistically, what they've come up with. So, like I said, you can't listen to one song. This song might have a little bit of tongue-in-cheek going on, and might just be talking about the one little topic that is in with our times right now. But if you listen to an album by Annihilator, if you listen to this particular album, actually, what is this album called? Ballistic Sadistic. That's the name of the album, and I really do recommend that you go back and listen to the whole album, because that's where you're really going to find out what Annihilator can do.
Excellent. Okay, we actually got some comments. So Shalim's actually commented about both songs. So let's go back to Ryan Webb's Don't. So Shalim says, this immediately sounds reminiscent of Metallica's Enter Sandman from 1991. And as it turns out, it was mastered by Dave Collins of Metallica, hardwired to self-destruct. The sound quality is first-rate, not surprisingly. The song would be better if its foundation didn't sound close to Metallica. With a whopping 8 comments on YouTube for the official video, this song isn't quite making the waves, likely because it doesn't sound like anything beyond the ordinary. There is nothing more difficult than writing songs that have that wow factor. So Shalim said this.
I see what you're saying. I think this is more about the commentary of the song rather than it being different or being more interesting than anything they've done before. I think the band is trying to make a commentary here.
So that was about Ryan.
Yeah.
And I would say, I wouldn't pick up on that because I don't really listen. Like I said, I don't really listen to that style of music. Is it different from Metallica? I couldn't tell you. I just really couldn't. And as it stands alone as a song, out of the context of the wider songs and catalogs out there, it sounded. That says one of my favourites.
Yeah. I love Metallica. I can't get enough of Metallica.
So maybe I would like them if I listened to them. Just I haven't listened.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Okay, so Shalim said the clip for Annihilator came across okay. Okay, so on to the comments again from Shalim about Annihilator. Where do I start? When I used to interview bands and review concerts and albums, I was given a copy of their debut album, Alice in Hell, which went on to be a massive hit. I finally had a chance to see them in June 2027 at the Park Theatre. Prior to that, they played 2 consecutive dates at the Zoo, which is no longer there, sadly, or maybe it's not sad, depending on who you are. So over the last 30 years, Annihilator have made a name for themselves in the reel of thrash metal. Jeff Waters is essentially Annihilator, which, much like how Dave Mustaine is Megadeth.
Yeah.
Band members have changed over the years, but Waters has been the sole consistent member. Waters has made a name for himself as a guitarist, and while not spoken about as being a virtuoso, he's been so much potent player that he's been asked to join bands as big as Megadeth over the years. He's turned them all down in order to capitalize on his own vision and songwriting abilities in Annihilator. Nope, and I'm about halfway through. Dressed Up for Evil sounds...
Don't forget that Annihilator's sales have been huge.
Yeah.
So any band's going to want to, have the band member who is writing these songs on their team, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So Dressed Up for Evil sounds very much like Megadeth. It sounds like a freight train bearing down on you at top speed. The lyrics that take a stab at greedy elites in society, which is a fairly common theme, typically a lot of thrash metal. The song doesn't feel fully formed. A sure sign that if this is the chorus, which sounds like something right out of the most primitive thrash metal from almost 40 years ago, you'd expect some growth in the songwriting by now. Waters, monstrously soloing is excellent, but it isn't enough to make the song stand out. The album is self-produced. However, in the hands of an outside producer, the song may have been improved or scrapped. A lot of thrash metal songs focus on power and over-the-top instrumentation rather than memorable songwriting, and this one is no exception. Still, speed number would probably go over well live.
Yeah, Mark, how do you feel about that, about the song not being fully formed? I tend to agree. I felt also that, a little something was missing there.
Well, it depends on, I'm not really sure what that really means. The lyric, it seemed to be musically all there. The lyrics for what they were told a kind of a story. It wasn't really a narrative, but that seemed to get the point across. But again, I'm not comparing. This is a genre that I'm not that familiar with. So maybe there are other songs that compare to it.
Now that I hear that comment about the song not being fully formed, it makes me think that's probably why I was trying to tell people listen to the whole album, because I think that's the sense I was getting from it as well.
Well, you did say, I'm not sure if you said it on the show, but you certainly said it to me that it's not necessarily one of their best, but you thought it was funny.
Yeah, funny, yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's probably a very astute observation. I don't have the experience with the band or that genre to really be able to answer that question, to agree or disagree.
Yeah.
But I think the song is seems to be fine as a song. As a production, maybe it means more from a production point of view, maybe. Yeah. But going back
to Ryan Webb's song, there was some good production in that song. That's a really good song.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And Shaleem, one more short comment there. Shaleem interviewed Metallica in 1987. James Hetfield was the coolest musician that he ever met. Oh, and one more. There's a huge gulf between fully formed songs and those that sound like they couldn't be improved upon. We should invite you on, Shaleem, and you can explain that, and we can, or maybe just meet you for coffee somewhere. Okay. Okay. I don't see any more comments.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess we are at the end.
Yeah. I'd like to mention to people, your comments don't have to stop after this half hour is over. You can continue to comment on the video on whatever platform you happen to find it on, whether it be Facebook or YouTube. If it's on my channel or Mark's channel, if it's on my website or Mark's website, wherever you find it, add your comments, and you can do that, weeks, days, months, years later. We enjoy your participation, and we really do look at everything that everybody says about the show.
Yes, indeed. And so thank you very much for joining us. I will repeat from the beginning. If you liked what you saw, you'd like to share it with your friends, please do. In fact, we encourage it. So likes, share, subscribe, whatever is on the platform, so you can get notifications of more of these shows. And of course, we got two other shows that we do is the Invisible Man show on Saturday afternoon, so 2 p.m. Central. And we've got a new show coming up on Wednesday, Welcome to the Madhouse, which I'm hosting with Adam Feasy of Adam and the Hellcats. That's actually at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Really looking forward to the show with Adam Feasy. That's going to be pretty much a UK audience for that show.
Yeah,
but it'll be available, of course, here as well. And it's going to be so much fun to see you and Adam try to pull that off and see how you work together. That's great.
Well, it will be appealing to everybody. It's just that Adam has knows a lot of people, and he's going to be pulling people in. So he's got some fairly big names there. We recorded one show. It's a live show. We recorded one show. I'm not allowed to tell you who it is because we were going to pump it up apparently. So you'll find out. So that went very, very well.
Well, the more venues you have to introduce people to music, the better. Yeah,
and it will appeal to everybody. It's primarily looking at the UK audience just because of the time difference. So it'll be 8 p.m. in the UK, about 2 p.m. on Wednesday in right here in Winnipeg. So people are not going to probably be around to watch it. But it will be online. You can watch it whenever you like. They'll be there forever. Okay, so again, thanks very much, everybody. And yes, Shaleem, the 30 minutes does go by fast.
It sure does.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And on behalf of Angela R. Campbell and myself, Mark David Starr, thank you very much, and we'll catch you all next week. See you then.
Thank you, everyone.